selfish soul. Long hair, make them stay a little longer. Stay hair, stay straight, though we feel ashamed by the curls, waves, and natural things. Curls, waves, and natural things. Okay, one time if I grow it long, am I good enough? Am I good enough? About time I embrace myself and soul. Time I feed myself and soul. Time I feed myself and soul. Doesn't make sense to you, why cut it off? Okay, one time if I grow it long, am I good enough? Am I good enough? Now time I embrace myself and soul. Time I feed myself and soul. Met a nigga last year, Jimmy Mack was his name, and he told me that he wanna go and ride. I was worried about the clip ends in my hair coming out, couldn't even catch a vibe. Met a nigga last year, Jimmy Mack was his name, and he told me that he wanna go and ride. I was worried about the clip ends in my hair coming out, couldn't even catch a vibe. Hope he still loves me if he knows that this weave is getting old. The extension that I had to offer, he said, baby, don't you bother. But when it's gone, just don't act surprised.
invest in the prop.
Mic check. Let me know if we're good to go. All right, welcome everyone. Taking the time right now to give you a friendly reminder to check your, if you have any copy trading set up, make sure you check your connections, make sure everything's good to go so that you can take your positions if you need to. All right, happy to be here with everyone today. We're good. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Morning, Steph, Gabriel, Karen, it's time. Good morning. Buenos dias, Grand Rising. What's up, Nick, Luis, Joe, Seth. We got Corey in here, Rafa, Brandon. That trade on oil, man, I'm honestly, I had forgotten about it, but it was such a just signature shakeout setup. Love that it went down the way that it did. Yeah, Syndicate call yesterday with the trend on liquidity stuff. Got you, bro. What's up, Tradetopia? What's up, Jason, Harshi? Yeah, let's come alive. Come on. Yeah, it's nice out here right now. Oh, yeah. All right, beautiful, beautiful. What's good? What's up? Tefi, buenos dias. Hello, everyone in here. Yes, I am actually going to go over NQ or Dow shakeout. I like it. What would be the current ticker for gas? For natural gas, I'm sure someone else answered in here. What up, Brian, Kevin? All right, hello, everyone in here. If I don't get to you, it is what it is. Yeah, that YM still went crazy. Good stuff, man. First time. Welcome in if it's your first time. We got a lot of stuff here. The community is super active in here. Feel free to join the community. Just go to tradingwithmike.com and you'll get there. Someone will let you in. Okay, but let's look at the market, right? Can you guys? Yeah, okay, you guys can see this already. Sweet. So, yeah, I mean, we end up seeing NASDAQ break New York lows here during London session. So clears that. Now we're starting to rebalance this push down. So this is looking like a great opportunity. Here was our trade from yesterday. So this did end up playing out for us, which is nice, but that's not what we're looking for. Now we can see that this move right here, right, this drop clears New York lows. So that's an excellent sign of retail buyers getting swept. Right now, what we're really looking for is retail sells building liquidity. So we have, the break and retest sellers starting to join here. So sellers are, retail sellers are ordering, stacking positions from here. So this could lead to a move where the market trades back to this area before continuations, at least above this high, if not above London, Tokyo, or even New York highs. So yeah, I like the opportunity we can get here. I think we can see something like this. And then we're looking at least, in my opinion, as of now, I'd go like a 2.5R right here. If you want to be conservative, obviously, if we want to take this even further, taking out London, Tokyo, or New York highs, and you think, you know what, no, we're in a reversal season now. Maybe higher time frames on indices are filled here, like we're good. Then obviously this might go even further and clear out yesterday's price action trading way up into this range. So 2.5 to over a 4.5, maybe even a 5R potential. Definitely, because at the end of the day, we are in a consolidation of this bigger picture zone here. So this is what we're looking at here. For a position, I have my alerts if we start to work our way down. And then Dow has a similar kind of vibe, except that it's very much the same. We have London take out the low, worked its way in. The only difference is that NASDAQ has a bit more of a bullish price action right now. You can see NASDAQ is trading up here while Dow is still just sitting in this consolidation. So really what we're looking for is to take the position that works its way to the downside the slowest. That'll have the best chance of actually holding up inside of this structure. So we'll see how we have New York open, which is just in, like 30 seconds. So I'll just split screen here, and then we'll go with and then we'll be able to see this a little better here. Yeah, so we got something like this that we're looking for. And we're seconds away here. All right. So I'll have both set up in case, it's that time. We'll see which one kind of works its way here, which one doesn't. So look at how Dow is actually going up and Q is going down. Maybe this changes and we're actually going to end up looking for a Dow buy. So one thing I'm going to do here is I'm not going to set up the trade. Like I'm not going to set the limits, but I'm just going to have the risk here in case I want something like this. So, you can start to actually set up a lot of the order. Actually go one more unit. And so if I want to, I can take the position. But look at how NASDAQ is now working its way down early. It's dropping first. I'm going to be a bit more cautious because we definitely have Dow that can work its way lower. Now, every once in a while, this will work out, and the first one that dumps can work. But I'm going to just not be in a state of fear. Oh, no, I'm going to miss out. There's so many trades. Like, I'm going to miss out eventually. So that's fine, So I'm holding off on this one. I'm a bit more focused on Dow's opportunity here for now. Looks more likely to actually withhold structure. And you can tell when you use a fib tool. You can see how NQ is already at a 618 pullback while you're seeing Dow here not even at a 38.2 pullback. So there is a chance that NQ breaks these lows and that positions NASDAQ into this. And then lastly, you can look at S&P. And S&P is also pretty similar to Dow right now. Actually, no. Dow is much higher. So for now, yeah, I'm gonna wait for this one. All right, so got that going on. Yeah, okay, natural gas is NGJ. Okay. NG's in a buy zone. Oh yeah, you can take a look at that. I'm gonna set an alert here with Dow if we start to work our way lower, and then if NQ if we break this London low. I do want to be aware of that as well. So I'm not taking this NQ trade. Not taking that. It's dropping too fast, at least for now. If price action starts to flip or something, then you know whatever it is, what it is. But yeah, we're chilling here. All right, so natural gas, we can take a look at that. Where is this one? Here we go. You said it's in a buy zone. Okay, so here's something always interesting with these 15-minute structures, and when you have something like this in the middle, I would be just on point with trade management here. S&P is lagging to the downside. Nah, Dow definitely is lagging more. Yeah, Dow is definitely trading way in a better position than S&P. S&P is trading more closely to NQ, currently clearing liquidity, as is NQ, while we have Dow that is got a bit more to go. Which, hold on, I gotta change something here. And here we go. Okay, so going to where we have natural gas and this drop, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get this entry here, but you definitely have the market starts to sell off like right around here. And the question is, did this move earlier mitigate already? So, I mean, it plays out of this order block for sure. So I think that's really more of what you got was the order block rejection. We see this happen around the open a lot. It'll reject the order block right near the open, and then it'll come into the zone, and this is where things get, you know, you see the reversals. So I do like the idea. I think there's potential here. I would be open to just being mindful with how this moves. I will add, there's also this right here. So you can see the market sweeps liquidity here, clears the high. 5-minute structure is bearish. So if we're gonna take a trade, let's say here for natural gas, is there enough risk reward here? And honestly, yeah, there is. There's enough risk reward for me to take a position here. Now the 15-minute structure, there's more of an imbalance over here, and this is the actual like full structure. So we're really right now kind of trading in this like 618 pullback order block area. There's potential that it goes down here. I can zoom out a little bit more as well. So here you have the massive sell-off. So could this be the beginning of a reversal? Maybe. I like the trade. I'm gonna manage it well. I don't think it's an A+ just because of this imbalance. So I'll set a limit order here. My bad. Let me go over here. Okay, so let me pull something up here real quick. Where is natural gas? We gotta get to this thing quickly. MGH. So somewhere over here, buy looks good. This might just miss anyways, and if that is the case, that's okay. And then my risk here, do like a 3/4 risk. Whoa, 3/4 risk right there. And then if it does drop into it, awesome. If it misses, that's fine. I'm cool with it. The reversal here we're looking at would be like trading back over to here. So I have alerts if we start to trade near and all that good stuff. So I'll go back to natural gas in a second. I want to make sure we don't miss our Dow trade here. So take a look at Dow right now and see the difference. Dow pulling back in between that 38.2 and 50%. NQ here. Still sitting at like that 618. So market's holding up pretty well. For now, looking in terms of entry. So now we're starting to break. You know, we're at this consolidation level. There's a lot of equal lows right here for Dow. So there's definitely retail buyers just building up here. Now we're gonna start to break through to here. That should bring us into this imbalance. Maybe some of you have your entry a little bit lower, a little bit higher, but right around this zone, around this 71, yeah, this looks good. You already see NQ down here, trading into that level. You can see S&P with a deeper reversal as well. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting around. And then the target remains the same. So for a perspective, this kind of trade here, and I'm gonna set a limit with this now, just in case, you know, things start to get fun over here. Don't want to miss this one now, because at this point, there's a pretty good chance that this is going to be the trade. We're seeing NQ just staying bearish while this is loading up on buys. So a big spike down is expected, in my opinion. Are you already in that natural gas trade? You're in MNQ? Okay. Had a 5-minute zone on NG. Most volume came in on a 5-minute zone. Cool. Good morning was on the wrong stream. Had these areas marked up anyways. Beautiful. I expect nothing less there. Not urgent. All right, let me go through. I'm active on NG. Okay. Did you get activated? I marked up shakeout on NQ this morning. Did have enough conviction to take it because of demand. Could you look at that, Mike? That's what I've been looking at, right? Okay, so I think you're probably already good. I don't know if you decided to still keep trading it. If you did, obviously you have your reasons. I'm just waiting on Dow to do more of a liquidity capture. Okay, and then Karen said not urgent, but it's been a minute. What do you think about the peso? Sell side mitigation on the 1 hour. Okay, let's take a look. So peso 6M. I don't even know if I did a new contract on 6M. No, I don't think I did. All right, one sec. Let me pull it up. Here, drop your charts, guys. If you have charts you want to send me. All right, drop your charts for feedback here. Not bad. Yeah, right here. In the comments. Okay. Also, before I forget, ooh, NQ with the nice bounce. But before I forget, remember guys, I'm gonna be giving away a funded account today on the stream. So all you have to do is make sure you leave a comment, you like or hype the video. I just dropped a link here. So leave a comment there. Honestly, I think it's worth watching, especially if you're newer to prop firms or maybe struggling a little bit, just to give the right perspective. It's not a strategy one, but check that out, hit the button, drop a comment, and then I will announce a winner here in about 15-20 minutes, especially if it's not too busy here with actual trading happening. But okay, we had that first liquidity push, obliterated these lows, and it's holding up. You know, this is funny enough, this is where we wanted the entry originally with NQ. We did get a good bounce out of here. So if I was in NASDAQ, and now that we're starting to rebalance here, I would protect my entry just because I believe that Dow has motive to still go lower. So I'm not convinced this is gonna last, but I do think that this did a good job rebalancing here. Sup, Caius? What's happening? So Rodrigo, you took MNQ, awesome. You're in profits right now. You're chilling. You're having a great time. I would protect that for sure. Brandon, yeah, I think you did miss me talking about it, but I was basically, there's that divergence between Dow and NQ, so I'm just waiting for Dow to go down. If it goes down, to take that. And then regarding peso, so are you talking about, I mean, you're probably talking about futures, right? Okay, on the 1 hour, looking for a sell. So we're in an interesting consolidation here, like where we break above for a little bit, come back down, break above. So we kind of have something going on here. We rebalance, go lower. We clear liquidity here as well. You know, you see this get swept here. Trade above for a bit. We're working our way down. So a little shift in structure on the 15. Structure is good here. We're just, honestly, had I seen this just 5 minutes ago, I think we would have had a trade for a buy. I would have been interested in this right here. Next time, I guess. Just like that, Dow going even higher. Wow, Dow, really, man? The audacity. Didn't get the pushback to get this trade. That's kind of annoying. Left liquidity. Okay, interesting. So, okay, liquidity left behind. All right. Now, with that being said, is there possibilities for sells in the market today? Now, shakeout's moving nicely. You know, market's, you know, rallying. So, what we saw yesterday we had a big push up here, a massive sweep above some liquidity trading into Wednesday's Asian session. So rebalances, that was the end of that. The market then comes back up, right? We kind of see this shakeout kind of movement here before it all works its way back down. So, yeah, okay. So at this point now, is there something to look for here for shorts? It's a little tricky because you do have quite a bit of, kind of looks like liquidity over here, like these equal highs from Tokyo, London specifically. And I guess we don't really need this chart up at the same time anymore. Up here, I mean, London takes the high briefly. This has been very efficient. You have then just one last push up before it takes out the lows and then keeps going. Maybe you have something here. Here, right, just before New York open, we break above some liquidity, start working our way down. So could this be an opportunity? You kind of have a couple different areas. You know, you have a little bit of a push up here. Right here actually looks better with just NQ. So you kind of have this move. Very borderline equal highs here, so could be a little sketchy, but nice liquidity capture. The final push when the market was going bullish before it just tanked. So I honestly wouldn't be totally surprised if we get a short out of here and it's diverging. Maybe worth a bit of a risk, probably not full risk. Just know I'm so sorry, LOL, and when you see it, you'll know why. What did you do? What did you do, Corey? Okay, let's see. Oh my God, fuck this guy right here. This guy, you see this guy? Yeah, we're gonna ban him. I'm reporting you, bro. Just make an effort, okay? Jesus. Reporting him to the admins. All right, Michael, what you got here? Some sweeps. Okay, I see him. Yeah, reported. This guy. So interestingly enough, we actually have, so NQ sweep liquidity, a good amount of liquidity, right? And then it rallies, so we clear the lows. This rallies. It doesn't really, this kind of looks like a break, a retest. I would have preferred it retest for longer to maybe go for buys, but we didn't really get that. So yeah, I'm not gonna pull the trigger on any NQ positions. I think if anything, NQ could be what gets shorted. So like, for example, right before New York Open, you also see this move up here. So that takes out some liquidity and then drops. If we were to establish like solid lower lows, we maintain it, this honestly could be a decent position as well. So I have two zones that I could see for NQ shorting. And then I have our area of interest for Dow as well. Dow over here, we're chilling, we're waiting. Obviously, it's been moving bearish since London session, came up again, continued its way down. So because of all this liquidity here, I'm still willing to take a position on the shakeout over here. Yeah, ban that guy. Get the guy out of here. Okay, so how's that one trade looking? Or let me see. I know peso. Did you drop your trade, Karen or Ruben? One of you guys? Drop that trade in there so I can check it out. The peso one. Oh, you know what? Okay, so peso actually is coming back down. So yeah, this is what I was interested in. I mean, we have a pretty good short over here. Like this liquidates these areas and then comes into this zone. So I don't know. I could see the peso trading out of like where we are right now. Just somewhere in here. Jesus, get out of here. Somewhere over here. Spike of liquidity, good structure. You could take it to, somewhere in this zone, or just even take it even higher. So I'm gonna go with it. Here is the 1 hour structure. We're choppy, so we don't necessarily need to go too crazy, but I also don't see really any downsides to this. Maybe, this kind of breaks below a trendline liquidity here anyways. So I'm gonna approach this with a little bit less risk than what I typically would. So let me just go 6M. I gotta move quick here. And then, yeah, I'll do like 3/4 risk on this trade. See what we can do. Let's see, what's 3 contracts look like, 4 or 5. All right, I'm with it. All right, so I did take a peso buy. right here, and then we'll see where we go. We'll see where we go. At this point, like, it was a pretty good drop. Depends on, I guess, what you're considering, like what exactly, where you think your reversal is going to come from. Whether it's the big sell-off or it's these smaller ones that you see before the move. So if it's something like this, then, you know, looking to see a move still like trading up towards these ranges. So, all right, so that's set there. That's just happening. Whenever we get there, we get there. Always, if you have copy traders, double check them. You may or may not be able to take some of these trades with your copy trader or with whatever accounts you trade. Some accounts I know are not necessarily, some firms don't let you trade peso, or like you need a certain amount of contracts or something. So yeah, like I know Lucid, I don't think you can trade peso on a, I don't remember if it's the challenger for the funded. But okay, let's see, update on natural gas. Wow, it missed me by a little bit. Okay, and then let's go take a look at indices. All right, indices working their way down. Cool. What does that bring in Q? Nice. So, like I mentioned, hopefully you were coachable, and if you were in NQ, you protected your stops, you went risk-free. So hopefully that, you know, that's going the way it's supposed to. All right. Meanwhile, like I have my alerts here, so if it breaks below, that could be setting up our Dow trade. Cool. Got our limits still set in stone there. All right, let me look at the chat. So we were looking at Michael's setup here, which was a couple reversals out of the yen. So we can go double check that. Like, are other dollar pairs looking to do something similar? And I mean, the yen idea is exactly here right now. It just tapped the zone. So this setup could start playing out exactly from there. And then the other zone that you had here lined up is this one, where the market takes out the low here as well. This yen setup that happens right towards the end of it clears out a little bit of consolidation. It's pretty tight over here, but that is the extreme of the zone. So looking at this, you do get the 15-minute break of structure. So is the yen now in a bullish structure? Absolutely. 1 hour has shifted. It was very aggressive on the way up and down, but over the course of, oh wow, this thing really came all the way up to the selling zone. This thing was on a mission, Jesus. Oh, Syndicate. Anyone sell Bitcoin yesterday? I marked that up for you guys. I don't know if anyone ended up selling it, but had a good sell on BTC. So yeah, right now, I mean, you are getting right into the first zone for yen reversals. You have the bigger zone here is where like this sells off. So honestly, I could see reversals really anywhere in this zone. For the yen, I feel like is going to maybe bounce, but then work its way another leg further down. Let's look at the rest of the market, because at the end of the day, just look at how bearish the yen is compared to even Swiss franc. Look at how bearish it is compared to 6N, which is why the peso trade that we're in right now, I'm actually second guessing that idea, considering just what's going on. But I'm gonna get back to the dollar pairs. They're not as urgent as indices here. Look at how NQ just is clearing London lows here. So we're now starting to break below this low, and we can zoom out a little bit more. And I wonder if we trade down into either this imbalance or even get below this low as well. So have two different alerts here. And considering the divergence, like, look at this difference, guys. This should give you at least better clarity with understanding divergence. Like, the low from New York, yesterday's New York, is here, and NQ is now making lower lows. While Dow Jones, on the other hand, is in a completely different environment in which yesterday's lows are over here, and it's sitting way up here right now. So look at that difference. So what this tells us is buys on Dow are significantly more likely to play out. The question then becomes, where do I take the position? And due to our, because we're awesome at technicals, and we can already understand the way the market's flowing in this zone, you know that because there's liquidity here, there's more than enough incentive for the market to break below all of this. So right now, NQ is now taking out it's trading into this imbalance right over here. Great. So here, Dow is getting closer and closer to the entry idea. And just to double check, I'm assuming S&P is also breaking the low. Beautiful. All that's left really is Dow liquidity sweep, trigger, and then make the next move. And because of all of this liquidity, if we do get the reversal, it should be a pretty big one. It should be a good one. So I don't really need the fib anymore. This was just there for before. So anyways, that's my take on indices right now. Things remain pretty much similar. Now, regarding reversals with the dollar pairs, I want you guys to just look at how everything is moving here. Right now, a lot of these dollar pairs are sitting at an order block from 10 a.m. Central yesterday. So about 90 minutes after New York opened yesterday. So Australian is sitting right there. Pound is about to break below that. CAD is just moving sideways. Euro is the one with the least amount of bearish movement. So it held the high here basically up until like an hour ago. So we traded up here for most of New York session, Asian session, London session, and now it's finally moving. So you can see the pullback is the least bearish here with Euro. $6N, and I'm just drawing them up for you guys so you can see it easier. But like you have $6N already at that order block here, while Euro is still up here. The yen, it's melting down to here, so it's, in my opinion, way too bearish for a buy. So it's not a priority for me. 6S, surprisingly, holding up actually kind of decent, despite not really being like a 38.2 pullback. There's not really, it didn't really break any highs or anything, but it's not really melting. So Euro and possibly the Swiss could be buy positions here. The Euro, because we have this last push down here. You see the market clear the lows, chop up in here. It's kind of messy price action over here. Like, where would you take your position? You know, like where really is the buy over here? Is it down here well, everything is already pulled back, good retracements, or is it like over here you have this push down before the market rallied? You kind of see it over here. Market trades into the zone, but there's an imbalance. So, you know, can you get a reversal with euro like over here? So, I mean, yeah, entry-wise and stops, like, I feel like entries below the 71% are probably best. And then stops, just how ambitious you are. Like, do you think the market needs to work its way down to these levels or not? But I do like entries at 71 or less and then letting the market kind of go do its thing. So regarding, yeah, dollar pairs, right now, I'm not a big fan of a lot of this movement. If anything, it really might be Swiss franc with this big spike down before the market pushes higher. I am going to switch things up a little bit, though, because it's about almost game time here for Dow Jones. So look at Dow pushing lower. Our NQ is already sitting well below these levels. These are clearing, starting to show signs that it wants to go and make a reversal. So we're almost there. I do think we break below this. This is sweeping liquidity here, but because of the imbalance, I think we go one notch lower. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to wait for here. However, let's see here. We have NQ trying to make a run. So maybe a NASDAQ ends up creating a shakeout setup or something as well. So if you believe that the market doesn't necessarily need to get down to here, then obviously you can take a position a lot higher, place your stops wherever makes sense to you. I'm going to, you know, as you guys know, I can wait. So waiting I shall do. That's what I'm going to do here. Okay. Now, with that being said, with metals in, you know, now in front of you, could we have a potential position for buys on metals? What do you guys think? Is this shakeout here something that would make sense? Has this already, are we past this? So we saw the market, right, melt its way down. We work our way up, slowly worked our way up here, end up making some resistance. So this plays back into where we had seen some support in the past here with gold. So maybe it'll look a little easier in the 4 hour. We clear it, there's really no demand over here. And then now we're starting to dip back down over here. So is it going to be gold? Could it be silver? Silver, same thing, right? Clears liquidity, obliterates so many retail buyers, comes back up. This is a 4 hour chart. Now it's the 1 hour chart. Trading up here, fill some of this imbalance, and now we're kind of slowly working our way down. So, I mean, what's it going to be? Do we have buys here for silver? Or do we have buys here for gold? Right now, this is at about a 50% pullback on gold. A little over, a little under. It hasn't retraced below really a 50% pullback on silver. So they're pretty similar. Silver does have a nice imbalance over here, while gold is not as, it's not as simple. It's got a lot of healthy pullbacks over here. Maybe it trades into this imbalance. Maybe it wants to go lower or something. I had a zone marked up over here. Yeah, now we wait. What do you guys think? How do you guys like gold or silver for potential buys over here? Are we in there? Avoidance. It's a higher time frame trade for sure. So I have alerts here if we continue to drop, and we'll be ready. About the peso. So the peso, after reviewing all of these dollar setups, which is what I should have done first, to be fair. Yeah, the peso trade I don't think is going to work out, to be honest. It's not a trade that I would, after review, I wouldn't have taken this again. So if it happens to kind of bring me back into entry or something, then I'm in. I will just get out of that. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not really it. If anything, it was probably the worst one to possibly trade. Like, I had this Bitcoin buy too, so this kind of is the reason why I'm okay with waiting on for Dow as well. I think we might have Bitcoin work a little bit lower, but yeah, getting to, where is this thing, man? All right, whatever. Let me pull this up. If we look at peso again, look at how bearish this is. Like, everything else, going back to price action here from yesterday's New York session, there's nothing that's actually trading like over here anymore. This is Thursday, yesterday New York open. If we look at all the dollar pairs, like, there's nothing right over here. Everything's way over here. I actually chose the absolute worst setup to take with the peso. And that was just, I just didn't look at the other dollar pairs. So, I mean, that's my own fault. So, you know, maybe it'll bounce for whatever reason. Maybe it'll rebalance over here and it'll all be cool. But I'm not counting on it. And the reason I think we could get at least a little bounce is because we are sitting at order blocks in a lot of these. So, like, there's a chance, you know, we get a little move, a little reversal. I could just take my loss, cut my loss, and just call it a day there. But like we were seeing with the yen, right? It's in a zone where it could reverse. How likely? Kind of depends. Even here with Swiss franc, you know, you have pound in a potential imbalance fill and reversal too. So, you know, I'll try my luck. It wasn't a full risk anyways, so not like the biggest deal in the world to me. Meanwhile, Dow still basically just building up more liquidity. Gold and silver still working its way a little bit lower. And hold on, guys, we're about to get triggered into Dow. So Dow, I just got triggered in. So my buy order just activated on Dow. I am at a 1 hour risk here, so it's a full risk for me. And then let's see what happens. See if we get a good reversal out of here. So this triggered us in. As of right now, it was just a couple points of drawdown. And then, yeah, let's see where this thing can go. Let's see where this goes. I'm very much prepared to see if this goes into a little bit more drawdown, if it wants to play into this structure, maybe even this imbalance. So totally, you know, possible for it to go like right into here, like where it's at right now. Yep. And then, yeah, I mean, my stops are right here. Obviously, fully accept whatever loss comes into play if it does. And then with this, if we start to break some of this here, like some of this liquidity breaking through here, then that's when I'd start to like tighten up my stop, reduce my risk and all that good stuff. So right here is now where, like, if you haven't taken the trade, I think this is a great place to take a trade. All right, let me check in. Got my other trades going. Cool. Everything's smooth. All right. And then regarding, let's say, like NQ, okay, it's doing its thing. And then S&P, way bearish. Cool. So let's see what happens, folks. Let's see. If we trade right back into this level over here, like let's say we reverse, and then we're, you know, back to where we had support that can work as resistance. That's probably where I'd reduce my stop at that point. Or this thing's just gonna keep bleeding, we stand no chance, and then we lose within 4 or 5 minutes, and that's all she wrote. So we'll see. But this is trading. You wait, you have all of this, you know, like, oh, this setup, man, it looks so good. This is gonna be the greatest trade ever. And then you lose in like 5 minutes. That's actual trading. The key is to not let it, don't let it crush your spirit. You know, don't let it become such a big deal. Like, yes, cool, didn't go how you wanted it to. Sucks to suck. You know, like it just, like, I don't, you do have to really practice detachment in these environments, and it's not gonna happen if like every single trade you ever take is like the end of the world, and it's a reflection of you as a person and your value. It's like, dude, it's a trade, you know, it's a trade. It's all right. There's other ones, but we glorify the losses, we magnify the losses. And then the wins are like, you know, just kind of doing the bare minimum, it feels like sometimes. But that's not the case, obviously. So let's see. Is the market going to be on our side today, or was Dow clearing this right here? Was this clearance of liquidity what was made this no longer kind of the setup that we wanted it to be anymore? Because that could be the case. You know, I did think about that. Does this kind of kill our chances since it liquidated quite a bit first, then made the move? Is there still enough incentive to drive the market higher? Because we do have the break and retest kind of, you know, movement, but could that be enough? So I guess we will find out. We will find out soon enough, my friends. Now, silver alert did go through, so silver is at a 618 pullback. Gold is at a 71% pullback. So I would say trading silver makes more sense than trading gold right now. And the buy positions look pretty good over here. Thank you. So I like the silver buys. Obviously, you have the market crashing down, stalls a little bit, one more push down. You have a 5-minute break of structure. So I do think that a buy in this zone is pretty good. However, like, can you really hold this? This is a pretty big zone. So do you even have the drawdown to be able to take this kind of trade? Like, just being honest, like, it's maybe not going to be the case there. So if that's not the case and it doesn't really make sense financially, the drawdown, then, you know, don't force this trade. I'm not going to take this trade. I'm not about to risk a couple $1,000, $20, $2,600 on one silver trade. Like, no, thank you, sir. I'm good on all that. Huh? Send it? All right. So, you know, we'll see. Maybe things want to turn around. Maybe you start seeing a shift in price action with gold, and gold makes more sense. So, I mean, it's possible. It's possible for sure. So we'll see. Dow looked good until it came back down. So it kind of looked like, all right, we're out of the clear. Let's go. And then it's like, nah, I gotcha. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm here to crush your soul and drain your accounts. Bless you. Meanwhile, interestingly enough, NQ kind of like chilling. So if Dow wants to do more of that chilling, that would be better. Now NQ's like, no, I'm not that bearish no more. I'm cool, bro. The audacity. The audacity. But 20 points out from the stop. About 60 point out even from getting back to at least my entry. Maybe you guys have better entries. So, you know, that might be better for you. I'm sure some of you had entries more like down in this area as well. Let's see. What's it gonna be? All right, so, gold tapped my zone here, right below that 71. Here's where I wanted to trade. I blinked for 1 second, man. While silver is playing off that order block as well. So this is like that 8:30, that New York open on Thursday. And then it's really the same thing. So I'm actually, I'm down for a buy on gold because it's trading the same areas. It's just the New York open that they're trading out of. And then my target would be just trading up to here. So I'm open to it. I'm cool with it. I'd still have well over a 3R here. So I'm down with a position on gold. They're very similar. Let me go over here. MGC. Where are you, gold? Cool. 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 And then, yep, taking this bad boy here. Can I not take this? Why not? Buy limit 500. Really? Do I need more risk here? 600? No way. Damn. Wow, this is a bigger trade for gold. Oh, it's a massive stop. No wonder. Okay. All right. Can I tighten my stop here? Can I get a little? All right. I'm willing to risk this here. Really? Oh, it's because I'm over here now, though. So this, wait, why didn't it do what I needed it to do? Right there. Oh, that's why. It didn't actually make the adjustment that I needed it to. All right. So I'm taking a position right here. I just took gold for a buy. Dow is just going back and forth, so that might turn into a loss. That's okay. I took a contract here, about a $470 risk for one contract. So if you're trading under a $500 risk, then this trade might not be for you. And then Dow, sadly, Moment of silence for Dow Jones. Looked like a great trade. Like that's a good trade to me. I'd take that trade. I guess the only thing that wasn't great about this trade was the fact that we did break above. I mean, I kind of was looking at this as the entire just sweep that took out, you know, this move. But if we kind of narrowed the liquidity capture, if you will, of this from right here, then yes, this would have taken that out and it could have been invalid. So I guess I could have approached this with less risk if I was a little bit indifferent about that. Yeah, maybe we end up having another trade later here with Dow. Like maybe this comes back up and it turns into something different. But for now, I'm going to just see what happens, see how this unfolds, see what's good. So -1R on Dow. Gold is in a little bit of profit. I think gold was worth taking. And so to re-emphasize my position here, or to reiterate, to explain this, the market was basically rejecting New York Open, this last push down. And in the same place, it was the same thing with gold and with silver. So silver was rejecting the same basically right here, this order block. So that's where we're at with gold as well. The downside being that it is a little bit more bearish though. So like this is suffering a little bit more here, there. So let's see what kind of bounce we start getting, how we start reacting out of this zone. Maybe it starts to move significantly more bullish. If you want to wait for maybe some small time frame stuff, then cool, definitely do that. That way you just kind of get further proof of better price action here. Right now it's silver, for example, and gold. They're pretty much identical, like both going further down here. Where did my thing go? Over here. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's see how this thing wants to rally, if it wants to rally. Going over to dollar pairs. So remember we were looking at all of this. So we see, right? These dollar pairs, Australian has worked its way all the way down to here. Very bearish. Pound worked its way all the way down to here. Euro barely getting into this order block right here, this last sell-off. So you got like this move here. Audio transmitter, okay. So, yeah, anyways. So a lot of these are trading out of definitely different zones. So if we're looking at gold, honestly, if we're looking at metals as well, then technically, where is this thing? Majors are still trading above where metals are trading. So like that New York Open price is a lot lower for a lot of these. So whether it's Swiss franc, like a lot of the dollar pairs are trading actually a bit higher. Gold, like metals and USD, is not perfectly correlated. So I don't always like keep them all aligned like that. But there's definitely motive. But I mean, pound right here is exactly at this area. So if I was gonna buy anything though with like the majors, it would probably, like I said before, either be euro or we'd be looking at something with like the Swiss franc. Swiss is right about at a 50% pullback, and then you have Euro right under a 50% pullback. So one of these could be a good play. Yeah. So anyways, with that being said, what I want to do before we go, I totally forgot. I'm going to do this giveaway. So let me do this giveaway and then make sure that you guys can get a funded account. If you didn't drop a comment to the video, then, you know, it's fine. You don't love me. It's cool. You know, we're cool. It's fine. We're friends. It's cool. One last shot here. And then let me just throw this thing in here. All right, random YouTube comment picker. Here's a link to that video. And then let's see who's gonna win. Drop a comment in the chat. Who's got it? Who's got it? All right, you guys are doing things there. Retiring my Dow Daddy hat for the day. Oh, that's hilarious. You were goated for this nut. It probably was very short-lived. A little Janko. Me for real this time. All right, guys, let's get it. The winner of this funded account will be... keyword, top rated, first comment. Hold on. Include replies, no. Yeah, I think it's anything goes, I guess. First comment filter, custom. Duplicates, allow duplicates, no. Okay, let's go. Loaded 40 comments, okay. Salvador Gutierrez, always dropping bars. Boom. Salvador, congrats, man. I don't know if you're on right now, but you are the winner. You are the winner, my friend. Congratulations. Well done, well done. If you're not on right now, ooh, should he still get it? Yeah, he should still get it. Yeah, he is on. I just got funded as well. Well, he's like, you know, I'm just here having a good day today. Hey, if y'all are getting funded, y'all got to let me know. Shoot me a message. I want to recognize y'all. I want to hype y'all up. Drop, you know, send it in the, we got the form, you know, we got the whole thing going on. You get our certificate as well. You don't want our certificate? Come on. So yeah, congrats, man. I got you on an account. Let's get you right. Looks like gold is pushing up a bit, right around entry. Anyone take gold with me? Drop a G in the chat, because you're all G's. Been a rough week. How come? Boy, just trade's not going your way? You're funded. Well done. Keep staying funded. Just y'all gotta let me know. I'm waiting on silver. Okay. Sick. Huh? Some money bags. All right, guys. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. Nothing else from me here. I think that's got gold going on. Dollar pairs are apparently just bleeding out. So, I mean, it's been so bearish for a lot of these. So here's just, if you want to just have a good perspective on the market, or you want to know like what's really the most bearish, what's the most bullish, just use your fib levels and compare. Okay, 6A, 71% pullback. 6B, we have over a 71% pullback. 6C is just too choppy. 6E, right under 50%. Okay. 6N, similar scenario. 66.18. The yen, now the yen starting to hold up pretty, like it's really starting to hold. This hasn't dropped that much. compared to everything else, but still deeper pullbacks, right? 6S, this is just chilling, big chilling. So, you know, make decisions, make good decisions, guys. And then you have gold, silver. I just had Dow go off on an alert, so that means that it probably did bounce back, or it is trying to bounce back. Yeah, so Dow just swept the London low and was like, all right, cool, let's go. Game time now. Yo, we can move on now. We were the liquidity. We were the liquidity. Which, you know, London lows, it be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. So you didn't like Dow because of its failed higher time frame break of structure? I think that's a reason why this didn't hold up. Yeah. I would say that probably didn't help that we had this clearance right there. But yeah, I'd say be mindful of this possible shakeout play on Dow. You might get something like this and see if this thing wants to rip a little more. So keep in mind, something like this is possible. Could be having some fun over here. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, congratulations, Salvador, for winning the funded account. Congrats again for everyone that got funded this week. Tons of people that got funded, got paid. You know what? Let's look through it together. Now, I haven't posted Kevin or Armando's funded certificate, but it was quite a week of wins. We got Corey hitting 5.5 Rs here. Yesterday's NQ and yesterday's oil also hit some nice targets. We had Michael had a daily profit max trading day. I think I saw Luis had one of those as well. Edwin with some winners on gold. Corey with some winners on gold and silver. Corey been on fire, man. We got Harshi with the payout. Let's go. Some MNQs trades. Isaiah with the 50K funded account. Boom. Way to go, Isaiah. Oil ripping. Harshi also got funded on top of getting paid out. So, you know, doing his thing. Oh, this was last week, but either way, showing some love. Marielle getting funded after only 2 months of trading. She is part of the fast track as well. So, common theme here is fast track, syndicate, syndicate, syndicate. Isaiah, Corey, syndicate. Syndicate, 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 syndicate. I mean, nah, it must be a coincidence. Couldn't possibly be any. Corey, you got funded again? Ah! Let's go! Come on. All right. That's it. I'm done. Y'all are amazing. Keep it up. If maybe you want to get on that same, path, get on that same vibe, all I'm gonna say is, the proof is in the pudding. Bet on yourself. Like, if you want to accelerate your life, maybe do it with people who have been doing this for 11 years. Something like that. So I just pinned the link. Book your call. Stop playing yourself. Learn how to win. Learn how to lose. Learn how to scale. And learn how to change the way you think and change the way you perceive yourself. So if you want to tackle on and build an entirely new identity, then be a beast. Let's go. Congratulations. Let's make it happen, guys. Pin that right there. Click that link. Book the call. Right now, we're 70 for 70. Not one person has ever regretted doing it. That's all I got to say. So, peace out, y'all.